But I think you have made major steps to become a smart city. And I think the future belongs to smart cities. And can you give us some guidelines to become a smart city as Eindhoven? And we are.
Yeah, so you have to think about sort of what's happening in the world. I mean, we are seeing great shifts happening right now. We're seeing very significant demographic shifts. Let's think about, for example, where do people live? So in the last couple of years, we've made the shift from being a planet of people who live in a rural setting to a planet of people who live in cities. So over 50% of humans on this planet live in a city context. So out of a population of a little over 7 billion, well over 3.5 billion humans now live in a sort of an urban or city environment. And it's rapidly increasing. Humans are moving en masse into a city environment, and over the next 20 or 30 years, a few more billion will move into cities. Now, if you look at big cities like London or Paris or New York City, you know, these cities today, and I should include, of course, cities like Beijing and Tokyo and cities in India. And many of these rapidly growing countries. And you look at the stress that's being placed on the infrastructure. Look at the transportation systems. It's tough. It's real hard today. So imagine what it'll be like in 5 years and 10 years unless we start to begin to think about how cities run in a different way. And that different way is working and operating smarter. It's having intelligence built into cities. Intelligence in the way, and if we kind of stay on the topic of transportation, intelligence in the way that we provide an optimized model for public transport. But think about things like the distribution of energy. Right? We have to think about, okay, we only have a finite amount of energy, but it's very inefficient today. It's very inefficient how we distribute energy and how it's consumed. And we have to think about systems and data that can contribute to making how we address things like energy, transportation, healthcare, all different aspects of city life in a smarter way. So I say the city belongs, I say the future belongs to smart cities because it has to. You know, it's a case of ultimately these big complicated cities, as you onboard millions more people, they'll implode, they'll collapse, they will be dysfunctional. And it means people like the entrepreneurs that are there today with you, it means people in Palo Alto and all around the world need to think about the complex problems of cities. And it's going to be, by the way, behavior. But the biggest piece, and the piece that I'm excited about, because it's my world, the world in which I operate, it's going to be technology, and the use of all the emergent technology we see, and really good quality data. So there's no doubt, if we're going to have a prosperous humanity living in prosperous cities, we're going to have to think differently about all services and do it in a very smart way.